I'm Enid Erickson, Sagvold, and I'm going to tell just a little bit about when I was born. Here I am.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1931, and
August 20th, and here you are,
as a
8 months.
8 months
And you think you're up on the roof.
of the garage. Yes, I'm on the roof of the garage.
We had a deck out there.
And here I am with my Aunt Holdy. She used to babysit me.
Okay. Oh, look at that. And you're at Aunt Holdy's house. That's Emel's wife.
Yeah. And here I am with my new bicycle.
Oops.
Yep.
Hold on. We skipped a year. So this is 3 years with your bicycle. Hold on. Don't go to 4 quite yet. And this is your tricycle. And who did you ride around the neighborhood with?
I don't remember.
Okay. So I'm going to pan over here to some photos that I have on the, because here you are in your sandbox that your dad built for you. And you're 2 and you're so excited.
And
And
Loretta Flanagan and I decided that everybody was going to China, and so we started digging, thinking we'd get to China. Well, that night my dad came home from work and he saw what we had done, and so he quickly put a floor in the sandbox, so that ended our journey to China.
okay, and then you have a picture of you with your scooter.
Oh,
At
one of
4.
my birthday parties, yes.
Lots of birthday parties, and
Here I am with my scooter. I don't know how old I am there.
I think you're 4. And here's a birthday party. And who would have been at your birthday parties?
Janice and Gwen and Marguerite and John and
Elaine Kroner.
Elaine. Yeah. And
So
here I am at the golf course.
growing up in LaCrosse was super fun. And there's you on the golf course at the country club at probably about 4 years old.
Yeah.
Did you have your own clubs?
No. I used Dad's clubs. Oh, that's it.
And then summers you would go to,
Chautauqua.
so here's Mom at
That's the only
Chautauqua.
place my dad would go on vacation was to Chautauqua because he loved to fish. And so up there I played with Brian Lynch. He was 3 years younger than I. And I got my, what did we do with that picture of my hammer? And
We got your
screw?
hammer and tools. You got that when you were about 4 up at Chautauqua
Yeah,
too.
got that up in Chautauqua.
And then the other thing I think you might have got at Chautauqua from maybe Don and Bernice Wheeler gave you this great bow and arrow when you were 3, because you sure are taking that around everywhere with you.
Yeah.
And then here you are with your dad. And so just kind of talk about what life was like. You were an only child.
I was an only child, and but I had lots of cousins, and they were 3 and 5 years older than I, and John was 2 years younger. So we played animals and farm underneath the couch, always building stanchions and everything for the animals, and we had pigs and chickens and had them all over the living room floor. And then Mother made us take it all down before Dad got home.
And what was the first thing your dad did when he got home? Well, first off,
He put a cigar in his mouth when he got up in the morning, before breakfast, before he went downstairs. And that was the last thing he took out of his mouth at night when he went to bed, was a cigar. And why the house didn't burn down, I'll never know. But I remember standing in the bathroom one time and watching Mother. She was going to one of the parties at Mrs. Gunderson's. They always had a Christmas party, and they had to wear tux and long dresses and so on. And Dad hated that because he hated to get, rent a tux. And anyway, I was watching Mother. She wore a pompadour at the time, which is a puffy in the front. And I stuck a hairpin in the light socket. And it was just like fireworks coming out. And of course, I burned my fingers wherever, the hairpin touched my fingers. But of course, it gave a little excitement to the party.
And who would babysit you when they'd go?
Janice would a lot of the time. And because she was 5 years older than I was. And that's when she got spinal meningitis. I think I told you that.
Right, we talked about that in another video. And she survived that. And so then when you were like 7, you got your other big bicycle.
I got my big bicycle, my two-wheeler, and I can't find a picture of it right now, but that's the only bike I ever had. And it was a balloon tire, and I used to ride it out to the country club and play golf and work with Gretchen. She lived right just across the prairie, 1 block from the country club, and she lived on a sandy road on the way. Once we left
Losey Boulevard.
Losey Boulevard, we had about 4 blocks to go on sand, and I'd have to walk my bike most of the time. And then I'd had to carry my clubs because I always carried my clubs on my shoulder and rode my bike. And so anyway.
What a sight. You got a basket on the front of the bike, your club's over your shoulder.
Yeah, I must have been a sight going down the street, but I made it all the time. And of course, we didn't have the traffic we do now either.
Right. Okay.
Okay.